Yeah, so
To be
are we.
accused of
Someone is
murder.
dead.
Is that chill with you? That just sits fine with you? You're being accused of murder?
And,
You don't care?
Amaryl says that she's sorry, but she doesn't really feel like playing her lute this evening.
That's great. We don't care. Somebody's been murdered.
You are all apparently murderers, and
Okay,
now we
I
don't
think
have
we
a
should just let
ton
them
of
all go
room
to
to
bed,
judge.
and then when we wake
So
up,
Chancellor
someone
Ramon
else is
says,
dead, maybe they'll
look, this is
cry."
ridiculous. There's not much we can do for the poor fellow. We may as well go to bed.
Go to bed. One of you's going to die overnight, and then we'll see. Who cares? Good night, everybody.
We're going to go sleep somewhere else with night watches, because we're smart.
No,
And
these
no,
are
you cannot
prisoners.
have your
We'll
key.
have them dig the grave. I'm not about to do it with my delicate wizard hands. I'll get calluses.
So the yeoman steps up and says, does anybody have a shovel? I'll be quite happy to go and dig a hole for this poor hobbit.
No, I want people that don't want to do it to do it.
It'll just never get done, Charles.
I'll do it. I'm a priest.
I suggest that why don't we all get a good night's sleep and perhaps in the morning we all leave, as there doesn't seem
We're going to bury the Hobbit.
Ezra periodically
to bury the
remembering his
Hobbit.
job. I'm a priest.
Right.
Let me do it.
Mickey, you should know how gross it's going to get, how quickly.
Should we not maybe do that in
How
the morning?
gross is it going to get?
The fresh stage can last, I think it lasts for rigor, basically. So, couple days. And then I think the next stage is
That'll
the
be the
bloat
bloating.
stage. And then you hit active decay.
So what I'm trying to
I've
tell you
got
is
my
let's
new
bury the
badge
body.
back. Active.
Should we not do this in the morning when we can see what we're doing rather than in the middle of the night?
I suppose we should when we can have a proper toast to this man that we don't know.
So we're just going to let this dead body
The-
sit here.
What do you
Wait.
think we should do with it?
Bury the body.
Right.
It's
now,
not awake
I'm
when
gonna
he's still
myself.
face down in his dessert.
Very true. Very true.
That was slightly too aggressive.
Let's find
As you
a
say that, Charles, a piece of cream drips onto the floor.
Ew!
I'm
Let's
gonna
pick
pick
him
up the
up
body
put
and
him in
move
a
it to
room.
the bathroom so we can clean it. Clean it up a bit. He's got
Okay.
fucking dessert all over
So
the
We'll
place.
clean
as
him
you
up.
drag him over, Charles, Mercer,
Oh
the-
shit! They're still in the bathroom.
the Gerardim scream and, ah! Oop, and they come out either side, and you've basically popped him in the bath.
Yeah, I just pop him in the bath.
Yeah, is water gonna make him gross more quickly or less quickly?
It's that
Mickey,
cake that somebody did.
resident expert.
We shouldn't
Um,
bathe.
Well, water can. He'll still get kind of gross, but like the water stops certain bacteria and bugs and stuff actually reaching the body.
On a more practical scale,
Sick.
that means anyone who wants a wee from now till the morning has to go into a room with a dead body.
It's a dead body. They could just.
You can
Piss
always wheel off the
outside.
balcony, Alanthea.
Yeah.
Floor.
Oh, I
I
hate
believe
that.
my head sound like a hook. I'm about to
that.
pee on the floor. It's a song. I
See,
think they should-
somebody made a cake from this.
Yeah. Oh, I've
These are the
seen the
kids.
sewing.
Yeah.
All that art.
Because we can't really lock it in there if people need the loo.
Don't see a
Could we
pig.
put it in another room?
Look how big it gets.
Because if we put it in another room, we can lock the door so no one can get to it, and it can't get out if it resurrects or anything scary. But we can.
Oh,
still-
that would be
I forgot that
stressful.
was a thing.
Yeah,
Me.
zombie hobbit.
Oh yeah. How far away are we from
Oh, man who can resurrect people.
Father Ted or whatever his name is?
Max.
I don't think it's Father
No,
Ted.
no, the dude that Hagen stole holy water
Oh,
from.
Father Tobias.
Tobias.
I was close.
You
how many
are
days?
probably 2 days travel.
He said 3 days, right?
Yeah.
He did indeed.
We don't need to
We got
resurrect
ours.
this man.
Bet you're regretting this now.
We don't need to resurrect this man.
Maybe, Charles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay dead. Resurrections from Father Tobias are for the party members only. Or certain NPCs we grow attached to. Not just random murderers. Did you know one of the Irish lads that Sean plays his games with? Darty.
Yeah.
He's Roman Catholic.
We're going to get everyone to sleep.
As you say that, Mercer, random murderers that we're
And he's like a gaming YouTuber.
not attached to.
Also a dad.
You hear Dane Mahanild whisper to Amarillo, he deserved it. He got what he was asking for.
That sounds like a confession.
You are all accused of murder.
You're all terrible.
You're all bad people.
And she says, yes, but he should never have been riding that horse drunk.
So you know what happened?
So what's this?
She says,
Everyone spill all of
all
their
of the
tea that they
papers,
have.
all of the papers heard about those poor young hobbits that were run over by this idiot.
Oh,
That's
take
interesting.
notes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
How exactly did whoever?
All these people that you've supposedly been accused of murdering, we're going to
And we
need you
know
to
that
tell us
Thodrick is
how
a
they
bit of a
died.
murderous bastard. We know that Philibert has murdered someone, so it's safe to assume that the rest of them have.
Were all of your acts in the papers?
So when you say that, Dane Mahanild says, everybody heard about the Bilberry case. It even got as far as Traderberg.
Bilberry, raise your hand.
Don't get confused again.
I'm getting confused again, I am.
I didn't.
Don't worry, I'll just listen, it'll be fine. I have the list.
I
There you go,
didn't.
Brewbane.
I didn't.
So I know
Would
what we
you like
said.
to tell us more?
I assume that
Brewbane
Bruce,
says,
the guy who
I
died.
don't mind telling you what happened in my case.
There you go, Brewbane.
Yeah,
I was-
there he is. It's Thodrick.
So
How's
Brewbane
Chill
says, I saw no problem with killing off those goblins. There
How
are
many goblins did you kill?
20 of the wee little so-and-sos.
Okay.
Oh.
Hmm.
Why? Like, where were you when you did this?
It was down south somewhere.
Was it just, just a casual, like, run-of-the-mill clearing some monsters rather than a I'm gonna murder sort of case?
I got in with a band and we found this camp and, they got in the way.
Okay.
Somewhat questionable, but
But not
we've all done
like
our fair
really awful
share of
on the scale of
goblin
like
murdering.
monster clearing to preemptive murder,
I think claiming that I killed 20 of them is a wee bit strong.
It's almost like someone was
How
keeping
many
count.
did you really kill?
Who was in his
Hard to
van?
tell, what with the bloodlust and all.
Okay.
More
would you say it was
bloodlust?
like 10?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's the same as it was.
Maybe about 10. Maybe 10 goblins. Okay.
It could have been. It doesn't take much to dispatch one of the wee little so-and-sos.
Who was in the band
That
that you
is
killed
true.
them with?
Although for some people, they find it very hard to get rid of goblins. For some reason. There's Lanthius staring at everybody else in the party.
Shut up.
We
Yes,
were,
our son,
we were
shut up.
doing fine.
He's talking about
And
the
they're
fact
still
that we've
talking
still got
specifically
egg.
about egg.
He's talking about egg. Oh, I just saw someone
What a wound.
run around. I'm
Sorry,
like,
what a
"Come on."
wound. That's a really heavy pen.
Yeah, it is. I will ask Thodrick who was in the band with him that went into this.
A bunch of chaps I got with. To be honest, I can't even remember the names. There was some bloke in a hood, and there was another guy in hide armor.
Robin.
Really?
I was only with them for a few days.
Mm.
Did you go into any mines?
Well, not on that occasion, no, but I have been.
Well, I think we should all get some sleep, but I do believe
I'll
we
get
should
ran over.
watch over you all to make overnight to make sure that you're all safe.
And Reeve stands up there and says, well, Thodrick and I are employed for that service.
Well, then perhaps we should take shifts.
I'd be happy to. That's why we're employing you. And by the way, we owe you 2 days' wages.
Yeah. And we're not letting the fact that you killed a bunch of people distract us from that fact.
So Reeve throws down a purse of coins to the value of 50 ducats.
Sick. I'm grabbing it.
Yeah. Well, Frodrick and I will keep first watch over them while they sleep. So if they want to get their bedding and bring it all down here, I think we should all sleep in one room.
That's a teeny bit.
It's like a
I
sleepover.
don't think
Sense,
people are
yeah.
going to want to do that though.
It makes sense.
People like privacy when they sleep.
Yeah, and if they get privacy, they'll get murdered.
It's better than the alternative.
People just lock them in their rooms till sunrise.
Yeoman William
guaranteed
and
because
Monk
of
Hammond
Those
say
are
that
magic
they
points on
believe
the
that it's a
outnumbered.
good idea. Amariel and Dame Mahanild and
Extra 10 each, so
Chancellor Ramont are more reluctant. They say between them, we don't see why we can't sleep upstairs.
Because
You
you'll be
We
murdered.
must, we could have the doors open.
You'll be murdered.
Unless you're planning on doing some murders. Suspicious glance.
And the Jeronims kind of
I'm just going to make it very clear that they will be murdered if they sleep upstairs.
They chirp up and say, well, our rooms are down here.
That's
Oh,
fine.
my god.
If your rooms are down here and you sleep with the doors open, you're still under our protection.
So reluctantly, Chancellor Ramont and Amariel and Dame Mahanild agree to your terms.
Cool.
In the end.
And decide that
Everybody
they
needs
will
to
bed
add 10
down.
ducats to their total, by the way.
Well, while people are settling down, I'd quite like to talk more to Amaril.
Okay, what would you like to ask Amariel?
Because there's a fireplace, isn't there? So we'll stoke that up so it's nice and warm for everyone. It's all cozy.
So Mr. Jeronim says, I think I need to get some more logs. Would you excuse me while I go and get some from outside?
I think someone will escort you.
I'll go
Charles,
with him.
oh, okay, that sounds good. Mercer,
Yeah, I'll go.
if you can escort
Okay,
him.
so Jeronim, Mr. Jeronim and Mercer, they head off outside. Philibert's still in the bathroom, chilling in the bath. Everybody else is kind of laid around the fire, and after maybe a quarter of an hour or so, Mr. Jeronim and Mercer return with an armful of
Kindering, because Mercer's got excited with an axe.
timber. And Mercer, on your trip out, all you really did was just move around the side of the building where Mr. Jeronim chopped up a few bits of wood.
Awesome.
So, everybody bedding down?
Are we
Yeah.
going to who's going to do what shift?
Oh, Alanthea, what did you want to ask Amariel?
I'd like to ask more about. So, what are your crimes, supposedly?
All right, cool. I forget what happened. We were all going to bed, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, steady on. You're very forward, aren't you?
Well, you know, I mean, Charles, anybody sort of piquing your interest?
I love
I
the way
would
we went
like
Charles.
to
It's like,
challenge Alanthea to a duel to the death, if that's what you mean.
No, that wasn't what I meant. No.
Oh,
No.
Then
in that case, no.
Okay. All right, so everybody beds down. What are you doing in terms of watches? Reeve and Frodrick are quite prepared to take the first watch.
We shouldn't
I
have
don't
those two
trust
on their
Reeve
own.
and Thodrick together.
Yeah, I think someone should be with them. I'll be with them if needs be. I'll
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I'll stay up with them because I can chat to Frodrick. I'm kind of. I like Frodrick. He's all right.
Okay, so you and Throdrick are keeping watch. Everybody else is kind of bedded down on their mattresses. Philibert is still chilling in the bath. Not Dane. Mr. Jerningham goes off to his bedroom.
Every time I just reminds me of the awful song.
Mrs. Jerningham goes off to her bedroom. Monk Hammond's going to go and sleep over here. And Yeoman William's going to go and sleep over here. Chancellor Ramont's going to go and sleep over here. Where would you like to be, Ezra?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. Are we sleeping separate from everyone else? or-
We're all just downstairs.
Okay. I don't mind.
Yeah,
Preferably with someone from the party, just because friends.
I'll be
we'll have
nearby.
we'll have you and Mercer sleeping over here then. Where do you want to be, Charles?
Same, Charlie, same.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you sound
wanna sleep-
defeated.
Can I sleep in the pantry?
Yeah, you can go and sleep in the store cupboard if you wish. Yep, you're in
Can
here.
use some like hay as a pillow or something.
Hey, as a pillow. Yeah, I mean, no, you don't have a pillow, but you could have one of the pillows off the chairs that make the trumpy noises.
There could be a
But
bag
then
of
I'd have a trumpy pillow.
Okay, yeah,
That would suck.
I would suck. Okay, so Throdrick and Alanthea, you're like patrolling around. Alanthea, could you make a perception check, please?
Cool, I have no idea.
Oh, what's the bloody point? I need a spell to improve my perception. That's what I really need. Yeah, if it's not a 1, it ain't happening. And that ain't a 1.
Okay, so you continue to patrol around. Everything seems to go off okay. Who's going to take the next shift? Who are you going to wake up, Alanthea? Throdrick's going to go and wake up Reeve.
Did we discuss it with ourselves before everyone went to bed?
You didn't. So
I
who
shall
you
wake up Ezra.
Okay, so you head on over to Ezra
Let's
and
do Ezra and Mercer.
give him a little nudge. What are you going to say to him, Alanthea?
I haven't seen anything happen. We're going to swap shifts now, so if you're all right to take over from me.
Yeah.
The other two, we should be doing it in pairs. So are the other two both going to bed, or what's happening with them?
Throdrick's gone to bed and Reeve's up now.
Okay, I'll say that Frodrick's gone to bed. Reeve's still up, but if he falls asleep, then get one of us up as well. So we at least in pairs. But it all seems okay here. I'm off to my bed.
Okay.
Well,
So Ezra, you're up patrolling with Reeve Gilliam.
am I with Reeve?
Yeah, you're with Reeve.
You're
Yeah,
with
I'm
Reeve.
with Reeve.
Yeah. You can continue patrolling, and I think we'll have one more shift. So Reeve suggests waking Mercer and Charles for the final shift.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, so Reeve says to you, Ezra, I think it would be best if you woke them, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Just bed down next to
Bonk.
Throdrick.
Bonk. Bonk them both on the head to wake them up.
Yeah, so you swap over with Mercer and Charles. And Charles and
decides to
Mercer.
just like give everyone who hasn't been on watch maybe a little like shake or test their pulse or something.
Okay.
No.
So,
Thank goodness me.
Well, I want to know if they're still alive.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do,
Yeah, and then he
who
said,
would
"I'll
you like to
check the toilet."
check first?
Or do the thing. We have a little mirror, don't we?
Oh, see if they're still
Yeah.
Can we
breathing.
get the
Yeah.
mirror and do
I
the breath on the
believe you
glass
do,
thing?
yes.
What a good idea.
You have to nick the mirror off of the Lanthea.
But yeah, you have
Or
to.
just
If you
pick
get it
her.
before I fall asleep, then I'll grumpily pass it over.
And if not, we'll nick it off you.
Okay, so you kind of give your mirror over. You've been asleep a while and you are pretty grumpy, Lanthea, been woken, but you do begrudgingly hand your mirror over. Who would you like to check?
Everyone.
Who first?
The Chancellor.
Yeah.
So you head on over to the Chancellor.
Yeah.
Who's checking, Mercer or Charles?
That depends. Are we required to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Charles can do it.
Yes.
Stealth.
Because
Yeah,
I
stealth
have a
is
stealth
check.
thing.
Yeah.
I
Were
don't
you
know what your
stealthy on
stealth
this
is, but mine
occasion,
is
Charles?
low.
Yes.
You were. Okay, so the Chancellor slumbers on, and you can see that there is condensation on the glass. Chancellor's alive.
Sick.
Who would you like to check next?
Whoever's next to the Chancellor.
Well, in the bathroom, it's Philibert. You know he's dead.
Yeah.
Monk Hammond's probably, or Amaril's the nearest in the hall, and then in the bedroom, the nearest would be Mr. Jeremy.
Let's go with Mr. Jeronim.
Okay, so you sidle on into Mr. Jeronim's room. Make a stealth check, please.
Okay. I'm sorry, I have the hiccups.
What, while you're going into the room?
No, in real life.
Try drinking a glass of water and putting your fingers in your ears. Works every time.
I got a 6, but I
I find
don't
it
remember
helps
what
to
my
hold your
stealth
breath
is.
for as long as possible, and if you go to hiccup, swallow the air really quickly.
That
Okay,
can also
so
be a bit painful as you hiccup.
on
and
this
swallow without the eye
occasion,
And then you hiccup.
Charles, I'm going to be generous and say anything
Like
below a
calcium
10
in your diaphragm.
is a pass.
Sick.
Happy with that?
Thanks, bruh.
No props. So on this occasion,
I
you
have a
go in
single stat
and
above
you
it.
place the mirror next to Mr. Jeronim's mouth, and you notice condensation.
Awesome.
Where would you like to go next?
Baby.
Okay, so nearest in the hall would be either Amaril or Yeoman William. Next bedroom along would be Mrs. Jeronim.
William.
William. So, stealth check, please.
No.
No.
That was just me. Yes.
I think
That
the
was
note
just
was
me
saying the
accidentally
wrong
clicking
thing.
on the dice and making it disappear.
So you stealthed it.
I did stealth it.
Okay, so pop your mirror in front of Yeoman William's nose and condensation. Where next?
Amaril?
Amaril. Stealth check, please.
Goodness. It
Oh,
could go so wrong at any minute.
3.
Okay,
You're killing it, bro.
indeed you are. And she's a
Stealthiest
Bane elf. She
motherfucker
sees
in the
all,
land.
but not on this occasion. So mirror in front of the nose. There is elvish condensation.
Is that
Slightly
different
Probably
to
different
smells
to
of
your
roses
actual
and stuff.
conversation. Oh, lovely.
Where next?
Mr. Jeronim?
You've done
Which
Mr.
of-
Jeronim.
Mrs. Jeronim, then, please.
Mrs. Jeronim. Unless, of course, he snuffed it whilst you've been checking everybody else. So, Mrs. Jeronim, stealth
That
check,
would be
please.
actually so irritating. Oh, stealth check again. I keep closing the tab that I've got my dice roller in because I forget that I have to do another one. 3 again.
Okay, so you pop the mirror in front. No condensation.
Give
Shaker.
Mrs. Jeremy
Are you shouting at her?
Mrs. Sheridan. I'm gonna
a
like,
little shake.
like,
I'm gonna
shake
give her a
like,
little
shoulders.
shake.
You're heading in there, Mercer.
Yeah.
Okay, so you give her a shake. No response.
Okay, get past me the mirror.
Just start
I'm
shouting.
gonna go out and check everybody
Okay,
else
so
like quickly and slightly less stealthily.
Okay, so who are you checking? You've got Monk Hammond, Reeve, Throdrick, and Dame Mahanil that haven't been checked.
Okay, I'll start with Monk and just go down that list.
Right, Monk,
Charles would like to
stealth
give
check?
Mrs. Jeronim a good like soap opera slap around the face.
Yep. Soap opera
Failed the
slap
stealth
is doing no good. She's not responding.
Maybe try doing CPR, Charles.
Yeah, instead of rousing her now, I think you need to get the heart pumping.
I failed the stealth check.
Does Charles know CPR? I'll do
Okay,
a
so
knowledge
Monk
check to see if
Hammond
Charles
sort
knows
of,
CPR.
his eyes pop open.
Charles does not
What's
know
going on?
CPR.
You weren't very heavily asleep there. That's a concern. Could you just help me wake everybody up, like right now?
So Monk Hammond gets straight up and he charges over to this side of the room and he starts ringing frantically on the bell that's outside the kitchen. At which
Perfect.
point,
You're
Oh, that's
genius.
a good idea.
Yeah.
everybody except Philibert and Mrs. Jeronim
What's the
awakes.
Game Grumps reference that I'm looking for? Ding dong bing bong? Is that it?
Ding dong, bing bong.
Ding bong, bing bong.
Ding dong,
Yeah.
ding dong.
So Mr. Jeronim comes flying out of his room and he's, what's going on?
Bad
Somebody's
news, buddy.
Murdered.
Bad news, buddy.
You're still inside,
Been a
hopefully
murder.
doing things to awaken. Okay, wait. So
You
as
just
Charles
hear
doesn't know
Charles
how to do
faintly yelling
CPR,
from inside the room.
And he runs
Charles-
into the room.
I was going to say I
and-
would also like to run back to that room, please.
Okay. And he starts frantically shaking his wife and saying, Mrs. Jeronim, darling. And
I already tried that.
no
What's that,
response.
darling?
Okay,
At which point
this
he
might
kind of,
seem like a long shot, but is there a chance that Mercer knows CPR?
you can, yeah, do a law check.
Oh, what?
So knowledge check, please.
Okay.
It's like,
Oh, Laura's in Lore.
R-E, yeah.
um,
I got it!
Okay, so no matter how hard your
Knowledge.
massive barbarian arms pump Mrs. Jeronim's chest, she is now beyond help.
Fantastic. Okay, so she's definitely dead. Just gonna take
definitely
it.
don't
Yeah,
Oh.
she did.
It's gonna suck for the husband.
Yeah, he's already in there.
Mhm.
Sorry, I just broke all your wife's ribs.
As you're pumping, you hear cracking noises.
Okay. Does anybody remember the third line of the poem?
Would you like to see the poem
They
again?
overslept. They went travelling.
Number 7, wouldn't it? One died from
Number 8.
oversleeping.
No, wait.
The next one was
Yeah, no, it would be 8 because we had 10 and then one choked. Then we had
Right.
9 and they overslept. So 8. What did 8 do?
died from too much
Traveling, yeah.
traveling in Venon.
Nobody can leave. We're already in Venom. Oh, they could travel back through Venom. Nobody is allowed to leave.
Are
Okay.
we in Venon? Is this the house, the halls at Venon?
We travelled like down the road
You
to
are
Venom.
currently on Venon Island in Venon
Yeah.
House.
So let's not
One person.
travel in Venon. Let's go. Let's leave this place because that seems like the really obvious thing to do.
We
Once
should
it's
not
in-
leave. Nobody should leave.
We
We're
can't
not
leave
currently
without our
travelling.
friend the boat guy.
And we're not currently travelling in Venom. We are there. If we leave, we are officially travelling, and somebody will die.
In as in within. So if we're traveling
Things to
within,
outline. Nobody can leave.
It says one said he'd stay there.
Yeah, that sounds more like.
So it's the staying. So we should all go.
No, I think there's going to be some sort of circumstance that comes up.
Nobody can leave. Nobody can chop
That
Yeah.
means for
firewood.
some reason they're tied to
Nobody
this
can
place.
go anywhere near any
that
beehives.
results in death.
Personally, I'm thinking if anyone dies, I would generally think I want to get out of there. If because nothing else has come to make us think that there's anything different.
Yeah, but if we travel through then, then somebody's gonna die.
Why
And
don't we try and find the cause of death in this person first and see if there's a trend, and
They
then maybe
honestly-
we can stop the trend.
Can,
Yes, but someone doesn't just mysteriously
I'll
die.
have to
in
check
this-
the window.
Does
in
if you're in a
obviously-
cursed building.
Does it look like it's been opened?
You can do. So, Alanthea, as you head on over to the windows, make a perception check, please.
Nope.
It's getting very crowded in this room. Which window are you checking first, the big one or the little one?
Oh, the two windows in. Is this in Mrs. What's her name's room?
Yep.
Oh, there's two. I will check how little is the little one and how big is the big one.
Well, the big one is about 10 foot across, and the little one's about 5 foot across.
Oh, well, either way, someone could have got in, so that doesn't help with my tactical dice rolling. I'll take the small one first.
Okay.
I did.
Perception check, please.
First one I failed. I checked the big window, and that failed too. I have to get one. What is that about?
So, from looking at it, the latch is still down. The glass hasn't been broken. You can't see any signs of scuff marks on the windowsill or anything like that.
That seems daft in gameplay when you think about it. That I have a perception of 1 out of 20. That's like a 5% perception of anything. So if you were like you cross the road, that would mean like literally out of every 20 times I tried to cross the road, once
Get
will I
hit
get
by a car 19 times.
Yeah. I would suggest crossing at pedestrian crossings if I was you, Alanthea.
if I can't find them, because if I roll only once every
Your
20
perception
times
is
I look
one.
for one, can I find
The
one?
problem is you get to the button and it's like, oh, where's the button?
Bear in mind that unless it's like a dragon or a goblin, like a Terry Pratchett thing, there isn't a button anyway. So it's like,
It's an imp. Where's
there
the
is
imp?
like an imp whose tummy I meant to press to make him burp. That's like stops the traffic. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna read Cherry Pratchett one.
No sign of forced entry.
No, so it hasn't been crowbarred or anything like that. It just looks like standard window, hasn't been opened.
Boo! Boo!
Study the body a bit more and try and determine, well, cause of death, I guess. So mainly looking around the airways, and like the neck, sort of.
Are you having a look, Ezra?
Yes, please.
I think somebody's going to have to clear out the room.
Charles can leave.
You're moving. Who's that?
Charles is moving.
Charles is moving. Okay, so Charles moves out of the way.
It's decided.
I mean,
Mr. Jerringham is still in absolute floods.
yeah, I think we should let Mr. German stay here.
Yeah, Mr.
Help-
Jaron and him.
help out.
Oh,
Um,
he's
is
gonna
what
stay. He's gonna stay. If we all try to leave, he's gonna stay with the body of his dead wife, and then he's
Oh,
gonna die.
Unless we knock him out and carry him with us.
We
I
have
don't
to
think
take the
that's
body.
very
If
nice.
we take the body, we can say we can leave because we can bury her, and then we'll all leave, and he'll come with us
The
to
body's
bury
a
her.
wreck, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a good
Well,
idea.
I
At
don't
least
know.
he
This
starts
is the
burying
question
these
of
bodies.
Yeah, at least he's
is
out.
friendly boat guy gonna
We
come
go
back?
out the back of the house.
It's an island.
Yeah, and there's a building on it, which means he's not able to see every area, and he might not be paying any
Yeah,
attention.
but we need a boat.
Yeah. So what we do to go back to the house, we bury them on the island.
I think that's it.
Well, that's not gonna help us get out of here.
We bury them and then we leave. You think
Then
I'm
we
gonna let
need
me
a
bury them and
I
boat!
stay?
don't
I
think
don't understand what you
so
don't
Who
understand.
brings
here.
people across? I'm sure if we're on the island and we're like, hey dude, can we come back? He'll bring his boat across and we can leave.
Unless he's keeping us all here.
home.
Yeah,
Later
but
on.
it's-
Ezra, would you like to make a knowledge check,
Mum just wished me
please?
happy birthday.
Yes, can you look up my
I
knowledge for
can
me?
try and do it. Sorry, Holly's mum just wished me happy birthday. Oh, we haven't even met in person before.
Oh, whatever it is, I failed it because I got a 13.
Okay, never mind.
Never mind.
I'm going to say that as a priest, Ezra, you know that, or you believe that she has just simply died in her sleep.
So it doesn't look like any sort of magical interference,
You
or
can't
like
see
a setup.
You can't see marks on the neck or body or face. It simply looks like she has died in her sleep.
It is a curse.
No, just 7.
We've all been cursed. This is
Fucking told you it's
definitely a
cursed.
curse.
You too, magic motherfuckers. What do you know about
That's
curses?
all for setting fire to this place and leaving.
I'd just like to call out
Jen.
into the room
Well,
Is
you
it
and
anyone
Charles are
here?
good at
No,
doing that,
whoa.
aren't you?
a wizard. I'm just gonna call out in general, like anybody a magic user of any
Okay.
kind.
People out first.
Yes,
See, that's
me
the
and
difference. Charles
Alantia.
won't worry, but I think we should
mean,
get the people out.
Including the guests, not just you two.
Yeah, not everything's about you guys. Goodness.
Well, yeah, but we are readily available, helpful, not
Okay, so
Maybe
what
murderers.
do you
more than
know
just
about
you.
curses?
We need more than just you two.
I don't know, Lars. What do I know about curses? Can I make a knowledge check about curses?
Yeah, you can all make knowledge checks about curses.
Can I
Sick.
ask if there's any other magic users like out of the guests, and just be like, do any of
Just
you
gonna have a look at you.
use magic?
Past.
I got a natural 20.
Okay.
So I just
So
think it's-
Charles,
Alanthea
Alanthea,
Stupid.
I also failed.
as
Oh,
far
no.
as you're aware, curses are possible. However, they need some kind of magical element to them. You both are unconvinced that a curse could kill Mrs. Sheridan. You think it has to be something else. Mercer, in answer to your question, as you go out and say, does anybody know magic? The following step forward and say, yeah, a little bit. Amarillo says, yeah, I know a few things.
Okay.
Hmm.
Would it be okay if you come and examine the body of Mrs. Jeronim?
Jeronim.
Jeronim? It looks
Monk
like to
Hammond
me-
says, well, if you're after a physician, I can help.
I think actually all hands on deck would be really appreciated here. I think
Yeah.
everyone might be in danger, and I
So
think we should get to the bottom of this.
Amarillo makes her way to the doorway, but can't get in because of the number of people in that room. And
Let me see the body!
Off the boat.
Monk Hammond does as well. And as he peers around the corner, he sort of says, looks like natural causes to me. Amarillo
That's
says,
exactly what's
That's exactly why we think it's mad.
she looks dead to me.
for sure.
Thank
She's
you
not
so
responding.
helpful.
There are no signs of poison, anything around the mouth. No marks, no strangulation. It does look like natural causes. So, has someone gone out of their way to disguise this? Because it's awfully convenient to go along with our little riddle that is all
Can I-
around this house,
can I-
in your rooms too.
Can I go upstairs and like take one of the
Yeah.
poems and bring it downstairs to
Oh,
just
yeah.
like put it on the
Show-
table
show
and be
it.
like,
You
Read
can,
this.
yeah, you absolutely do. At which point, Amarillo kind of gasps and says, but that's just like what's happened here.
House, it's
In
in
every
everyone's
bedroom.
rooms.
Can,
I was hoping she
Alanthea
was going to
check inside the
recognize
mouth?
something from her, like, weird Bane Elf life. Or is she a Bane Elf? Is she the one that's the Bane Elf?
"What's the Bane Elf?"
She is a Bane Elf, yeah.
But
Um,
no, that's
Can I-
exactly what's
Can I
happened
do
here.
the corpse's mouth and check there's nothing there that's blocking it, like a death's head moth or anything like that?
You can do like a moth. Yeah, as you do.
Oh, she just got something in her throat.
There's nothing obstructing the airway that you can see.
Mhm.
Imagine dying in your sleep because a moth flew into your
I
mouth.
think, is it daylight now?
Yeah, it's coming around to daylight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's daylight.
Silent.
Wow.
It's not a good
So-
place to be. We've got no purpose to be here, really.
I
Let's
think
just
it's
get
at
on.
least. I think it's at least. My Switch is glitching right now. It's quite funny. I'm just walking on my own. I think it's at least worth telling everyone else about this poem, and also saying to Mr. Jeronim that presumably, if we're following this pattern, you would want to stay with the body. No, that's insensitive. I'll just say you would want to stay with your wife, yes? Which could allude to the very next line, which further implies that this is intentional. They're working down a certain structured list.
So
He
you're-
says, well, I would look to take her back to Oldford. I don't see that our employment here is worth anything now.
Of
But
course.
hopefully today, Sir Dawid will be joining us.
That will be awfully interesting.
Well, how about we meet him on the banks on the other side? So we're away from this place and we can meet him on the other side and see exactly what's going on. Because I don't like the sound of him.
It's very suspicious.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there.
Oh,
God.
This is like
And
Danganronpa and Among Us at once.
I'm going to wish you
And
all a
clearly-
very, very, very Merry Christmas.
Oh
Merry
yeah.
I was going to see like 2 weeks.
oh my goodness.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas all.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you all have a great little holiday. What we get up to.
Have a very Merry Christmas.
Have a very Merry Christmas.